First off, today is about this team, these players, these assistant coaches, these fans. We're looking at 3 years here, not just playing in two conference championship games, winning two conference championship games at home, double-digit wins again, potentially a 2-11 win season. So this is a special team, and now here's another conference championship game that's, a blowout 49-6 against a really good team. Those guys have played great. I think they're number 4, number 5 in defense, total yards in the entire country. So to have 585 yards today was really special. And I think these kids did a great job avoiding distractions, that obviously could have been there. So really proud of these guys and just really happy, for the university, for the fans, and, they're champs again. And so that trophy's back here for another year is pretty neat.
Coach, UAB came into this game fifth in the nation in run defense, allowing only 92 yards a game. How are you guys able to account to get 286 rushing yards in this game?
Well, I have a lot of confidence in our players. I probably wouldn't have guessed that, that much, because these guys have got great players, dominant players, an SEC type front four, and so, to have almost 300 yards rushing in the game, including late in the game playing backups, is really, again, credit to these players. 585 yards, and I know that'll kind of be the story, but the story really should be the defense, I think. 2 of 14 on 3rd and 4th downs, and give up 223 yards, 84 yards passing. It's pretty special. And again, multiple turnovers, win the turnover margin again. So I would assume we're number 1 in the country again in that, because Alabama didn't play today, so I guess we're still number 1.
Lane, with both schools announcing that news that is going on around here already, talk about what you were thinking, your feelings, your emotions as you were walking off the field.
I'm not really going to get into that. Today, like I said, is about these players, about this team, about this community, this university, winning the conference championship again, going to a great bowl game, I assume here tomorrow with an announcement. So that's what this today is about. I know you want another story, but that's what this story should be about.
Hey, Coach, could you just talk about the time you've spent here in Boca and what it means to you and the players you've had and the coaches you've coached with and the fans? Just talk about your overall experience.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Awesome community, phenomenal place to live. Great staff, great players, great leadership. From the president down to the board to the athletic director. It's been phenomenal, and you don't win 2 conference championships because you hire a head coach. You got to have a lot of things in place, and a lot of people helping you, and that's what happened here. Like I said, from the president to the athletic director to the board, to the assistant coaches to the players. This was, I don't think probably the local guys like Chuck. You're excited I mentioned you. I don't think Chuck would have thought 3 years ago would be sitting here saying we just won 2 conference championships in outright fashion. So that takes a lot of people to do that.
Coach, what was the message to the team after the game in light of what we talked about? Just talking about this game, what was your message to them after this game?
I was just happy for them. Again, 2 conference championship wins in 3 years, and excited for them in the style that they went into. It was neat. It was just fun to watch. I don't know that outside of maybe the North Texas game a few years ago where I felt that much fun watching where players were just making plays in all 3 phases. Special teams was dominant today. And we got old guys, young guys, transfers, we got all kinds of guys making plays. So it was really special.
All right, Clint Spencer obviously brought him in here the first year. Comment on the job that he's done all year, what type of leadership he brings to this program.
Clint's done a great job. Again, we lead the country in turnovers. Played great defense, gave 6 points today. So we put him in some tough spots at times on offense. So Clint's done an unbelievable job, and just like he did a year ago at Charlotte. I think that look at the stats, both places. Great coach.
Lane, can you put into words how this program has grown since the day you arrived and how you've grown in those 3 years?
I think, like I told the players, I think, you know, they've done a great job and they've helped me. You know, they've kind of taught me, you know, I was used to all players think they're going to the NFL. And your job is to get the players drafted the highest that you can, is what I thought as a head coach. And this place changed me in that to realize, okay, I got a bigger calling than that. My calling is to really help these kids develop and go through things in their life. So I think you know, they really helped me a lot, you know, to see that there's more to coaching than just, you know, winning games and getting guys drafted.
Lane, spent 3 very successful years at Alabama. A lot of people still miss you there. I know I live there. But, you know, coming to FAU and what you learned from Saban and then coming here, do you feel like this was one of the better decisions in your coaching career, being able to come to FAU and experience and build and, you know, like you said, affect these athletes in the way, you know, on and off the field, like you just said?
Yeah, I mean, those were 3 great years. You know, somebody told me the stat today that, you know, this is, or last week, that, you know, we got a chance today, which we just did, to win six championships in the last 6 years. Sorry, five in the last 6 years with 5 different quarterbacks. So I'm very grateful for my time there. Learned a ton from Coach, obviously, and I wouldn't be here today without Coach Saban, and so we wouldn't be having other discussions, you know, that are going on without Coach Saban. So very grateful to him.
With your time here, obviously you had Coach Chris Robles in these past 2 years. What have you seen? Like, what is your assessment on him, especially in his development as being the quarterback of this team?
I mean, it's great. You're talking about a young kid, you know, that's a sophomore only. Again, the future is extremely bright here. And played as well as him in the conference. I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't, you know, conference player of the year. I mean, I don't know. You got to toss up with Harry. So, great job taking care of the ball and really being a real quarterback, which is what he did.
Coach, obviously, we've talked a lot about how these wins at FAU differ from a win at Alabama or win at USC. How much different is this conference championship compared to if you were to win one at Alabama?
Well, I'm not out Alabama. I've said it before. I feel like it's different. I know everybody say, okay, well, you win the SEC championship, and that's great, and did that 3 years in a row. But you know, it's a different locker room. You know, these kids, especially because a lot of these kids started with, okay, hey, we weren't going to win, you know, 4 years ago, and so they hadn't experienced this versus coming to a place where they did it every single year. So it does feel different, and like I said, it's awesome to see the kids and the way they sing the fight song. I feel like sometimes when you're up there, you know, in Alabama, it's kind of like, all right, sing the fight song, all right, how fast can we get out here, win another championship? You know, where am I going to get drafted? And these kids are special. They call themselves Band of Brothers, which I can see they really are.
Lane, obviously it's been said, you know, the 2 championships in the past 3 seasons. When you look at those 2 teams, obviously the 17 team and now the 19 team, how does this team compare to that team 2 years ago?
I think very similar. You know, they won the conference championship. They won every game by double digits outside of one game, which is Marshall, and started slow and have a chance to win 11 wins, or have a chance to win 11 games, just like the other team did.
We got time for 2 more.
Lane, I know that you want to keep it up today on the game, but I don't know if you were aware or not, your son got a little bit of TV time when someone told him he's going on a jet one day. What was your reaction? If you did know about that, what was your reaction to that little clip?
Well, again, we're focusing on this team today, but I will admit, I've watched that like 25 times. That was awesome to see his reaction, and you know, that's just special for those of you that have children, you know, to see your child react like that. It's pretty neat.
Coach, you haven't always...
But I blame his mom for putting it out there.
You haven't always left the places you've been on the best terms.
Here comes Chuck.
But today...
I mean, everything was positive, but here we go. You gonna burn things if I leave?
Today, you held up that trophy, you had the crowd around there, you chanted, please don't go, and brought a smile to your face. I mean, what was that kind of feeling? Did that make it any, not difficult to get going, but what was that feeling like?
You know, it was, like I said, a special team, special place. And again, it's one thing to go to a place that's won a bunch and you continue that. It's another thing to really build something. And I've kind of always compared it to a house. You know, you can you can go buy a really nice house. There's a difference if you build that house and how you feel about that house, and that's really how I feel about this team. Special coaches, special people, special leadership, and it's an awesome house.
Thank you all.
All right, guys, appreciate you.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.